I have a movie idea. Okay, hear me out. So this girl is driving across the country. She's moving away from home, starting a new life somewhere else. And on one of the nights, she gets stuck in some traffic on the highway. So the GPS on her phone was like telling her to like get off of the highway and go into like the back roads to kind of get around it. So she pulls off and now she's in the middle of nowhere. She gets deeper and deeper into the mountains and the woods, and her phone's about to die. So she goes to plug it in, but the charger isn't working. So her phone dies, and now she kind of starts to panic a little bit because she has no idea where she is. There are no signs anywhere anymore, and these streets have no names, and she's taken so many turns that she won't remember how to get back. So she kind of just keeps driving, and then by a miracle, farther ahead she sees a light. She's hoping that it's either a house or a gas station so she could get some help, so she drives straight towards it. And when she gets closer, she's stopped at a gate. And when she's about to turn around, a whole bunch of men with weapons come out of the woods. And they look like they're in the military. So they pull her out, they're asking a whole bunch of questions like, who are you? How did you find this place? And she's just trying to tell them that she's lost. Then they take her and put her in an underground building in an interrogation room. Because little did she know, she just accidentally found the real Area 51. How is this actually happening? Do they believe her about being lost? Are they going to let her leave? Or has she already seen too much? I have a movie idea. Really excited about this one, so just hear me out. So there's this group of like 4 girlfriends, and one of the friends has just been having a really tough time lately. So the other 3 decide to surprise her with like a weekend getaway. They're renting out this place that's like a few hours away from home in the middle of nowhere. And the whole point is just to like unplug from the real world and like just spend time with each other. So then they get there and they're exploring this beautiful house that they're staying in, and there's like woods everywhere. And one of the girls tells everybody to get together because she has like another little surprise. She pulls out like a lockbox, and it's actually for their phones. So in order for everybody to actually like disconnect, she got this like safe that comes with a timer on it that you put your phones in, and then you can't get your phones out until the timer's up. Obviously, everybody's on board, so they put their phones in and they set the timer for 12 hours. An entire night, phone free. So they're hanging out, they're having a good time when one of them sees something in the window. Almost like a person watching them. They all start freaking out, they turn off the lights, they lock the doors, because whoever's outside is not just there to watch them, but to hunt them. And of course, they can't just call 911 because their phones are locked in the safe. And now they have to survive until the time runs out so they can get help. Who was trying to hurt them? Was finding the girls there an accident, or was this planned? And will they survive long enough to get those phones out of that box? I have a movie idea. Just hear me out. So think years into the future, okay? Basically, all of the natural resources like plants are gone. And obviously, we can't survive without that. So scientists had to find a way to artificially create resources. Basically, it was like an apocalypse that almost wiped everybody out. Well, one day there's this girl and she's getting home from work. She's going inside, she gets into the elevator, and she sees something on the ground. Something that's like round and bright red. So she bends down to get a closer look, and it gets a little stranger because it almost looks like a rose petal. Well, you know, it must be fake. So she goes to grab it, and it feels so real. This is from a rose, which, if you remember, are not really supposed to exist anymore. Instantly, she's like, I have to go find out where this came from. So she starts stopping at every floor to see if she can find another petal. And about halfway up the building, she walks out of the elevator, and there it is in the hallway is another rose petal. And it's right in front of someone's door. She starts banging on the door. She needs to know who and what is on the other side. Finally, the door swings open, and it's a man. He sees the petal in her hand, and he whips her into the room. And she looks around, and his entire place is filled with plants. And now, she's in danger. How does he have all of this? Is she going to report him? Why does he look terrified? And is this a secret that could change everything? I have a movie idea. This one, just hear me out. So there's this student, and she's in college. She's a senior, so she actually rents her own house right off campus. It's midterm season, so she's like super stressed about exam. So stressed that she keeps like misplacing all of her stuff. Well, one day her best friend comes over and she's like, hey, you have to go check out this new thrift store with me. Apparently she got some email about it and it's not far from campus. So her friend finally convinces her to take a break from studying and go check it out. When they get there, they can see just how new the store is. It doesn't even have a building yet, like it's yard sale style. So they're walking around, they're looking at everything until she sees it. On this table is something that looks like just like one of her bracelets. Wow, what a coincidence, no big deal. Then a purse, and then a mug. All the things that she thought she lost. Now she starts freaking out. She says, like, I think whoever is running this store is breaking into my house and stealing my stuff. And her friend is like, are you sure about that? Like, can't it just be like a weird coincidence? So she said, you know what, let's go check your place. I'll help you look. They go to her place and they can't find any of that stuff that was at the store. They go to the police, they try to report it, but when they go check out this thrift store, it's no longer there. Then she has to go take some exams, but when she gets back home, all of her stuff is back where she put it. Who is the owner? How are they getting in and out without her noticing? Why would they put it back? And was her ending up and finding her stuff at that thrift store really an accident? I have a movie idea. I'm back. Okay, the Grammys are tonight and it gave me an idea, so just hear me out. Picture this. The Grammys have just begun. A-list celebrities are arriving, walking the carpet, doing interviews, and going inside. You know, the usual. But to everyone's surprise, a huge celebrity shows up. She wins some of the biggest awards every year, but never actually shows up to the show. Until now. So obviously this is a huge deal. People are freaking out, security is surrounded all around her, and they're getting her inside. Not long after, the show finally begins. All cameras are pointed to the stage as people perform and awards are given out. And then it's time for the big award. And of course, this huge celebrity wins. But when they call her name, she's nowhere to be found. She's not at her seat. And even worse, even her security has no idea where she is. So the building gets put on lockdown and chaos breaks loose. Where did she go? Is this just some twisted skit? How did she get out without security noticing? How did none of the cameras catch it? And what are the other celebrities hiding? Oh my god, this would be crazy. I have a movie idea. Just hear me out. So there's this girl in her mid-20s and she just got engaged. And the only thing this girl wants for her wedding day is to wear her mother's wedding gown. Her mother died years ago and this is the one way she'll feel connected to her on her wedding day. Her mother always told her how she can't wait for her to get married because her wedding was a little, chaotic. Now, nobody ever told her daughter much. But what they did tell her is that on her mother's wedding day, someone important to her went missing. Her best friend. She's never been seen since. The only thing everyone's ever said about it was that they think she just ran away. So now it's her chance to have the wedding her mother always dreamed she'd have. So she goes to her mother's old storage unit and she starts searching for this dress. It seems like it's not there until she finds a safe. And the code to her safe was her old wedding anniversary. She pulls out the dress, she's so excited until she sees it. All over the dress is dried blood. And underneath of it is a picture of the friend that went missing on her wedding night. What does this mean? Whose blood is that? Does this mean that the friend never ran away? Did her mother have something to do with it? Why would she even keep the dress if she did? Should she even take it to the police? What did the mother do? And what is the entire family hiding from her? I have a movie idea. This one has me excited. So just hear me out. There's this woman. She's doing really well in life. She's actually a missing persons detective. And there are actually many reasons why she chose to do this, but the biggest reason is that years ago, her older sister went missing and was never found. Ever since then, all she wanted to do was help find people. One day she wakes up and it's just a normal day and it's, the 12th day before Christmas. On her way out to work, she finds something on her doorstep, like a gift. So she grabs the gift, she takes it inside and she opens it. All that's inside is a letter. Basically, this letter says, "Dear Taylor, I've been watching you for a very long time. Look how grown up you are. For the next 12 days, I will be sending you clues on how to find someone that's been missing for a very long time. Do not tell anyone, as these clues are for only you. That is my only rule, and if you break it, the clues will stop coming and you will never find this person. Obviously, she doesn't know who this letter is from, and it seems like a big prank, right? Until she wakes up the next day and there's a present inside her kitchen already. And inside this present is the bracelet that she gave her older sister years ago. And this can only mean one thing. The person who sent this has her sister. What happens if the 12 days come up and she doesn't find her? Who was doing this? Does this mean the sister could be alive? Why now? Why 12 days before Christmas? I would do anything to watch this movie right now. I'm really excited about this movie idea, so just hear me out. Picture this. It's years into the future. Technology is super advanced and scientists have discovered many new things, including how to get in touch with parallel worlds. And now there's a system set up where from a young age, you can talk to your parallel self every single day. In fact, there's not one single person in the world that doesn't do it. I mean, I would too. In fact, all of the governments encourage it. And they've set up buildings everywhere where the same people come in and talk to themselves. So there's this girl, and every day, at the exact same time, she goes to the building and she talks to herself. They tell each other everything. They give each other advice, help each other make life choices. They even know each other's schedules. One day she goes in at her normal time. She sits down, she makes the call, but there's no answer. That's a first. Every day they've known each other, they've talked. In fact, it's unheard of to not speak to your parallel self every day. As she's about to leave, suddenly a voice message comes through. Really staticky, but she can make out some of the words. All she can hear her parallel self saying is, "I figured it out. It was all a lie. Find me." And then it cuts out. And then the girl gets kicked out of the building. What is happening? Why did her parallel self send that? Why won't anybody answer her questions? What did she figure out? Who is lying? What did she mean by find me? How does she even do that? And has she really been talking to her parallel self this entire time?